about the usefulness and side effects of medications. If you guys can pull out your phones and go on this. Just go on this site, wholeev.com/all that stuff. I'm sorry it's too long, but don't worry about the capital letters, just put that in. It's better than texting. And I just want you to answer a question for me. Have you ever taken a medication at some point in your life?
Is it the POLEV/Neena Thomas,
Yeah.
that one? Okay.
I have a different question pulled up.
What's coming up?
Do you ever read the drug facts label? There we go, that might have done it. There we go, yep.
Alright, so I'm pretty sure that's the answer. This is a second one. You just have to type in your answer, just an approximate of what you think, of how many people do you think die of drug overdose yearly in the United States. Just an approximate number.
You have to activate it.
Okay, actually, not so much. The estimate's about more than 47,000, so it's okay, don't be scared. It's not that big. Alright, next one. This is the last one, I promise. Do you ever read the drug facts label on a medication, or at least part of it? Okay, well, it's good that we at least read part of it. Alright, thank you guys for answering that. So, as we can see, we rely on medications a lot in our life, and we've obviously taken it at some point. Well, usually they can replace what's missing. If we have a vitamin deficiency, we tend to take medications. If we have a cough or cold, if we want to relieve our pain and get rid of our symptoms. I'm pretty sure all of us have had a cold or flu at some point in our lives, and we take over-the-counter medications or Dayquil, NyQuil, whatever makes you feel better. And as we know, we've progressed a lot in medications. These are just some of the facts that we've progressed in. For example, from 1950 to 2009, the life expectancy has increased by about over a decade, and since the approval of antiretroviral treatments, the AIDS death rate has dropped by nearly 85%, and if a 20-year-old is diagnosed with HIV today, they can expect to live for an additional 50 years. And those are just some other examples of how we've progressed using medications. And I just want to show us a short segment of a video.
These days, many diseases can be effectively alleviated or even cured by taking the appropriate medication. There are drugs available which, for example, lower blood pressure, reduce blood glucose, or treat cancer. In the USA, patients are prescribed an average of 12 different drugs a year. Those over the age of 65, as many as 28. Since all drugs can cause side effects, physicians individually weigh up the expected benefits against the possible risks for every patient. Side effects can vary greatly. They range from minor symptoms such as nausea, headaches, or skin rashes to more serious side effects like heart rhythm disorders or liver damage. In worst cases, they can even be fatal.
just to prove my point about how reliant we are on drugs and what the side effects can be. And as we can see, there's pros and cons with every kind of drug that you take. So it's important that you do your research. Why? Because not all of the FDA-approved drugs are sometimes safe for you. Half of them are sometimes recalled and withdrawn because of the potential side effects. And then there's a myth that all drugs are thoroughly tested. We don't know how much research goes into these personally, so we tend to rely on the FDA to make sure that these are safe, but it's important that we do our own research as well, because these companies only care about the sales of their pills than the safety of the patients who take them. So all I want to say is you should know the risks about medications, especially over the counter, because they're so readily available and accessible. And please understand and read all parts of the drug facts label, and obviously taking it in appropriate amounts. And as obvious as it might seem, some people share their medications with a child, which you're not supposed to, and using it for more than just its purpose. I know people who take NyQuil just for falling asleep, but I don't know how they do it because it tastes gross. And why you shouldn't use someone else's medicine is because this is just an interesting fact I thought, because it's a trend right now when how people are dying, just the death caused by medications is higher than people dying in car accidents and other deaths combined. So